Odell, complete concrete. Odell, complete concrete.
Hey, what is going on, everybody? This is Tim Odell with Odell Complete Concrete. Here we are on our brand new project we're about to start. We're going to be taking out this old concrete driveway, replacing it with a brand new, beautiful diamond grid driveway. The only problem was when we first got here, the owner's car had a dead battery. So we were trying to jump start it to get it out of the way for the driveway, but it wasn't jump starting. So we ended up having to just put it in neutral and push it out of the way. It did delay us a little bit on starting our demolition for the driveway, but no big deal. We had a lot of guys here to help us push this car out of the way. It was a nice vehicle too. It was a Supra. So I'm not exactly sure what year of a Supra this was, but I do know that they are pretty rare. I think they were even showed in the Fast and Furious. Alright guys, so here is the project we're going to be working on. This whole driveway is going to be coming out. It's going to be bands, 12-inch bands around the whole driveway with diamond cut grid. And then going up there. And then to this walkway, we're still deciding, but we're thinking about making bands going across, like basically outlining the walkway and in the center coming up. Possibly no diamonds in this area, kind of make its own unique walkway. And then as we transition this way and the border comes out this way, we're going to restart the diamond grid within this patio to kind of separate the patio, walkway, and driveway. And then this walkway, or the new patio we're going to be doing, is going to be coming this way, about right to here somewhere, and then curving, and we're going to go straight with what's existing over there. So straight to that end of the concrete right there. And then we are going to be tapping into all the drains, all the downspouts, where all the water can go straight out.
Yeah.
20 minutes into the job, and we knocked the freaking track off the track.
We could just ruin this pool.
A tiny little rock dude got caught right in, and I was like, I felt it. All right, tire is back on. We're back in action. So here you guys can see we did dig out a drain line for this homeowner, and we're attaching to his downspout gutter system. The reason why we're doing this is because later on in the future, he's going to be doing something in the backyard so he can continue the drains to the backyard. And this is the perfect time to do it because we're going to be concreting over that area. So we're going to be bringing in base because of how deep that area was, and it was like 7 to 8 inches deep, I believe. So we're going to probably bring in like 3 inches, and it's going to be enough to be covering up that drain.
All right, good morning everybody. It is day 2 of the project. We got pretty far yesterday, got all the demo done. So the goal for today is getting all this area graded out, the base or the sub base compacted, finishing up our forms right over here. Luis is actually finishing that up for us. Enrique is on the grading stick, our grading rake, and we do need to cut that sewer clean out to height still. But yeah, we're pretty much right there. We just gotta get the base in, rebar, and we'll be pouring tomorrow. We are gonna have a nice diamond grid pattern throughout this whole area. We're gonna separate the walkway. I think that's what we're still thinking with the homeowner. Diamond grid the whole driveway going into the side yard with 12-inch borders. So driveway will look really, really good when we're all said and done. All right, so we got most of the base moved into the driveway area, side yard, front patio. There's a little bit left that we're gonna move right now onto the side yard over there. We're starting to move all the rebar in. We just set this mailbox for the homeowner. Cut down that sewer clean out pipe right there. This is always nice to add to your house while you're doing the front yard concrete. If you know where the sewer line is, tap right in, throw a little two-way on it so you can snake it this way or that way, whichever way it needs to be snaked. It's actually kind of nice if you have two, one specifically for this way, one specifically for that way, just because, you know, when you're snaking it, kind of hard to tell which way it's going to go. So we're just going to spread a little bit of this, water it, compact, throw a little bit more base down in this area, and yeah, we'll be ready for concrete. We're going to be pouring this out tomorrow.
So as you can see, we're going to continue to keep laying out this rebar layout. We like to do 2 foot on center for our rebar grid, and this is number 3 rebar. And then another little thing we are doing is we're cutting the neighbor's side concrete because it was super jagged and just not straight. So we ended up cutting that nice and straight so that when we do pour our concrete, it'll be a nice clean edge to butt up against too. All right, all done. Concrete is all set and prepped. We got all of our rebar in, watered, base, forms are in. Everything's looking really good. Give me a nice little design tomorrow. We're gonna be doing diamond grid with borders. We're gonna kind of make the walkway stand out from the driveway. You guys will see what I mean by that in the morning. But yeah, we're pretty much set and ready to go. We're gonna be pouring this thing out tomorrow. All right, concrete's here. All right, so we got the concrete here, and we got our typical finishers that we normally bring. I think we brought about 2 extra finishers with us today, plus our normal in-house crew that we always use on all of our projects. And we're pouring out about a 5.5 inch slump, 3,000 psi, and we're using our wooden bowl float as we rod everything back with the aluminum rod board. So Tyler's truck has lumber.
Working, put in and on the float.
So now you can see us, we're starting to rod out the driveway, and we have screed pins set up in the middle of the driveway so that we can rod in manageable sections. and it also keeps our elevations on point. We're rodding in about 10 to 12 foot sections. Then as you can see, once we're done rodding, we have two guys bowl floating everything out, trying to level everything out. And the nice thing about how we're doing it is we're rodding one way and then we're bowl floating the other way, so it's cross-referencing any dips or humps or bumps in the driveway, so it really gets this nice and flat. And this is a custom bowl float too, made by one of our guys, and it's very heavy, so it's actually really nice to use to level everything out. Plus it's got a rocker twist arm handle, so it's really nice to use. It was actually made by Enrique right there. That's floating the edges out right now. Check this out. Brothers from Northern Mothers. Hermanos.
Los hermanos por otras mamás.
Yeah.
Open the egg.
That's a nice look right there. This is a good day to pour, huh, Juan?
Oh, beautiful.
This is a lot of detail, man. We want it to be rushed because we got plenty of shade.
A lot of over here.
Yeah. So if you guys are noticing, when we did get our diamond grid set up, that was our center point right there, pulling the string across the whole yard to the very end down there. It's basically about 4 feet, because from the house, from the pop out of the house right here to here, it's 8 feet. But from this little section right here, it's 11 feet. But we thought, since this is a lot longer run, going past the house as well, we would start at 4 feet on center from this point. Just to keep all the diamonds centered up for the main run. So, first lines have been snapped in. So you can see we did have marks right here, the blue marks on the outside of the form, because they always get concrete always covering the mark, so we try to keep it as the back side of the forms as well, so we can see later on. Alright, good thing we double checked right here, because this one would have been off. Alright, we're snapping all the lines going one way right now. Basically all of the blue marked. And you can see we got the streamline on the sweet little tool Juan made. Juan, what do you call that tool right there?
It's called a mosquito.
It's called a mosquito, okay. I thought you call that that line you made a mosquito as well. It's a tool mosquito.
Mosquito.
Anything homemade mosquito.
Yeah. Okay, ahora van con las anaranjadas.
So basically that tool helps us reach out when the concrete's still really wet.
Okay.
What the heck is this?
Okay,
Mom's always got some new tools he makes.
Oh, this is part of the tornado?
Oh, that's cool. So it kind of marks it for you.
You're not allowed to get the measurements. You got the first mark right there. You can put another mark right there. That's you got.
Dang, that's chingon.
That is.
Because we're missing the mark right there.
Yeah, we did over there too. We had to refix that one over there as well.
Okay, hold on, poco, paro. Debemos de comenzar de una vez de este primero.
Alright, you guys are gonna see this in action. Juan's like a little Einstein, man.
Ponla allá y acá ya la alcanza.
He's an inventor, not just a concrete finisher.
Hold it. Okay, dáseme otro poste mío. Okay, ese es el primero, va a ser el que sacamos. Ese es el segundo, ¿no?
Sí, es el segundo este.
Es el segundo. Ok, pon ahí en el segundo. Está bien. ¿Estamos, papá?
Este es el de aquí, este es el de aquí,
Vámonos.
este sí.
¿Dejamos el primero? Vámonos el
Este va a ser el de acá, ¿no?
tercero. Pues, let me see that one over here. Simón, papá.
El de radio va.
Ya. ¿Te acuerdas que este no lo tenemos?
Sí, estaba en el radio, ¿no?
No, ¿te acuerdas que lo habíamos puesto en la ¿cómo se llama?
En la línea.
En la línea.
So you see, Juan's basically getting that nail lined up with the string line, and now we know that spot right there where he marked is our next point to snap in.
Hold it, papá. Hold that one over here.
I got you.
Tienen que ir espadados los cabos. Ahí también diamantes.
Alright, go. Got it.
This is gonna be such a beautiful grid. You can if you guys can't see already, the grid's already kind of snapped in. And it's looking beautiful.
Let me get the other one. Beautiful, guys.
We're gonna have to give him some standing time fees. Right back at him. Oh, here we go. Yeah, that's what Eric just said too. Yeah, they round tripped us.
You gotta go back to go get the truck and then
Yeah, he went back to the plant, loaded up, and then came back. They should have given us 2 trucks. Yeah, I really don't like when they do that because it could create possible cold joints in the concrete, and that's the last thing you want to deal with. Plus, you know, if I'm ordering ahead of time, I expect there to be 2 trucks coming to me, not a round trip truck. What?
Did they add the 3?
So radiuses are always more difficult to work with, and definitely it was a little bit of a struggle when we're trying to give the radius the joint and then also the edge at the same time. Really had to work this in with a hand tool, but I was trying to use this little custom made edger and joiner at the same time to get that radius perfect, and then just kind of worked out the details afterwards. And then, so as you can see right here, we have half the driveway diamond grid already cut in, and now we're waiting on the second load to stiffen up before we can start cutting in all the way through. And that's what I was trying to say. And what I don't like dealing with is this cold joint setup, basically. And I shouldn't even have to be dealing with this because I ordered the concrete ahead of time, told them it was going to be 2 trucks, and they decided to round trip me just because they knew that the concrete plant was very close to here. But still, I expect 2 trucks just because it helps us out with the finish. Either way, you can see that this concrete patio is coming out absolutely beautiful. We did change up the diamond grid layout from the patio porch area to the driveway. The patio porch area got 3-foot diamond grid sections, and then the larger driveway got 5-foot sections, just because the patio is smaller than the driveway area. And then especially if you include the bands that take away about 2 feet, 1 foot on each side. And then we're also just giving it the regular nylon broom finish. So now that this area is starting to stiffen up a little bit more, we can start running our joiner through the joints, start rounding them out, finishing up the detail on them. And then right here on some of the bands, where we want to make sure we're getting a nice straight line, we use our aluminum rod board. Since these are always going to be straight, they're going to stay straight unless you ding them up really bad. You don't have to worry about them warping like wood. So we use these to follow a straight line on our joints, keep everything nice and straight. Hey, Tyler. Actually, like almost like a perfect. It's very good. Is that good? Yep.
We're gonna have perfect diamonds, dude.
Okay.
The band in there too.
Man, the myth, the name, the legend.
Aquí está el aspirador, papá. Esta que está aquí. O agarra la otra, está bien. Para tener dos.
So in the end, this is kind of what you're going to be getting when you work with Odell Complete Concrete. Beautifully finished diamond grid concrete patterns with some borders. Definitely other decorative options, just depends on what you're looking for. In this case, this homeowner wanted diamond grids, so that's exactly what we gave him. And you can see how clean this finish came out. You can also see how we kind of detailed the sidewalk going up to the house compared to the driveway to kind of differentiate those two. But overall, everything came out beautiful. I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, comment any questions you guys do have on this project, and we'll be happy to answer them.